Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of Why Would You Show Me This? I am Will.
And I'm Dani.
And this week, we went a little different. Actually, it's a short film that we went with this week. And it's one of my favorite films ever. And it is Jetée. It's the best French I can do for you. Even after taking 2 years of it in high school, I'm still not that great. So the back of this doesn't have a particularly great synopsis of the film, so I will read it off of IMDb. It's very short. The story of a man forced to explore his memories in the wake of World War III's devastation, told through still images. So I discovered this film in my early 20s, and it completely blew me away the first time I saw it. Like the synopsis says, it's still images. The whole thing, still images with narration, and that's all it is. The filmmaker, Chris Marker, I haven't watched his other films. I actually haven't even watched the other film on this DVD, which is sad, and I really need to do that. But this film holds a very special place in my heart, and I'm glad I was finally able to show it to you. Mm-hmm. And what did you think about it?
I liked it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When it first started going, because I didn't tell Dani anything about it. When it started to go and it was just images, did you think that was going to continue?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh, so you kind of got that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I like that there's one animated segment.
There is,
for
yes.
For a split second.
Split second. Yeah. So in the film, this man who is being sent back in time, back in time and forward in time, he meets a woman who he starts to fall in love with, and there is a sequence where she is in bed, or they are in bed. I'm not quite sure. Mm-hmm. It might be one or the other. I think he's standing over her, and that's what that's supposed to be. But there's one short second where it's actual film, like an actual movie, where she's just looking in the camera and blinking. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Mm-hmm. That's just for a few seconds. What would you say what struck you the most?
His preoccupation with the woman, I guess.
Oh, you think? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because I didn't understand it too much, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, being in a world that's devastated and Paris has been basically blown up and the top of the earth is filled with radiation, so you can't go up there. And it seemed like it was just a bunch of guys down there. Yeah. So I understand why he would have, been preoccupied with this woman. Mm-hmm. And there's also, not to get there yet, there will be spoilers in this episode. We'll get to the woman and her significance. But I understand why he would be preoccupied with her, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think that because the movie is 28 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's a very short film. Do you think that was proper? Like that was fine?
Yeah.
That the whole story was told and everything?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's pretty reciprocal in the end, I feel like.
Yes.
It's just gonna keep going like that forever,
I mean, you could think that way. That's something you could think. I don't think that way. One thing I don't know if you know, this 12 Monkeys is a remake of this.
I didn't know.
Basically. Terry Gilliam, I don't know if he wrote 12 Monkeys script, but yeah, this, that's what kind of ruined 12 Monkeys for me my first time watching it, because if you've seen Jetée, you know what's going to happen at the end of 12 Monkeys. Mm-hmm. Like I was watching the movie, I was like, I know what's going to happen. It's not a surprise to me, so it kind of ruined it for me. Mm-hmm. But 12 Monkeys is a good movie. If you watch it not expecting, or knowing that you know what's going to happen at the end, it's still a good movie. Yeah. Watching this, could you, in the middle of watching, could you be like, yeah, I understand why this is one of Will's favorite movies?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one thing I didn't like.
What was that?
It was all the whispering.
Oh yeah, all the French
I
whispering.
hate that.
But it gives, like, there is a bit of creepiness to this.
It just
film.
makes me upset because I don't understand what they're saying, and I want to know what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't. But that's the thing. I don't think you're supposed to know.
No,
because we're supposed to be in his kind of head, and he is in and out of consciousness, in and out of time. So I don't think he really even knows what's going on in the current present time with the scientists, if you will, the people doing these experiments on him.
That's funny because this film actually reminds me a little bit of a Junji Ito story.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's called The Long Dream or something like that.
Yes.
The one where he is also kind of time traveling.
Yeah.
In his dreams, and then he wakes up and he's completely disoriented, doesn't know what time he's in or what's going on, that kind of thing. So it kind of reminded me of that too.
Yeah, well, in the long dream,
I believe that's what it's called,
or the long sleep, something like that.
It's something close to that. I don't remember the exact name.
Yeah, and it's like the every time he sleeps, it gets longer and longer.
That's right.
And longer and
that's
longer.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. That one. There is a tinges of horror in this film, but to me it's mostly sci-fi. It's like a sci-fi time travel love story in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I take it as that. I absolutely, to think about it, when we were rewatching it, because I don't think I've seen this in at least 10 years, maybe, somewhere around that.
But you remembered everything about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, the movie, it's 28 minutes, so it's not hard to remember everything that goes on in it. But it also is I think it's a film that really sticks with you visually, because visually, since it's all just pictures, the pictures have to be great. And there are so many great pictures. Like the front cover of it, this is just iconic. Like every if you've seen this film, this is an iconic shot. And so many other ones, like in the underground laboratory, in the present day of the post-apocalyptic, like the guy with glasses.
I think they actually have a picture on the back of when he's got. Oh no,
nope.
I don't. I thought they had a picture of the guy.
Oh, actually,
that has the things over his eyes.
Like you can see right here. I can just put this up on the screen, but yeah, it's very, very iconic imagery. That it really sticks with you. Even some of the other shots, like the shots when it's the woman and the man, and they're going through like the museum where they see all of the animals and everything. There's some iconic shots there. There's really great facial shots of both the man and the woman and the people in the present underground laboratory thing, I think. And I think that's what really, truly, like, the whole thing sticks with you. It's great visually. The story, I feel, is great. It's a very, it sticks with you. It's very powerful.
I like that when he time travels and stuff. When we see him pictured during that time, he's got sunglasses on.
Yes,
which mirrors the blindfold. I feel like that he's.
It does, but if you notice, he only had that on when he was in the future.
I did notice that.
Yeah,
I noticed when he was in the past that wasn't a thing.
No. Yeah, he just was normal. But but after that, it looks exactly like he looks when he's in the underground place. He's got like these like cotton things over his eyes. But the one thing that I was thinking, when he's in the past with the woman, they're on the train. They're waiting for the train or near the train, and that really reminded me of Eternal Sunshine. Their whole stuff with the train, and with Michel Gondry being French in this movie. French, I'm sure. I think there's some sort of like DNA from this in Eternal Sunshine for sure. Like at least visually, more than anything. But I mean, they're both kind of about time travel. I mean, you can say that Eternal Sunshine is kind of time travel.
A little bit.
I mean, not in the normal sense that you would think of time travel, but it is time travel, I think. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other things to ask you about this.
Well, what does the title mean?
I believe La Jetée is the airport.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Let's no, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it means the airport or something along those lines.
Okay.
But yeah, the main story location in this film is the airport.
Yeah.
Which it begins and ends at. So it is kind of a bookended film, or a cyclical film, if you wanna put it like that. Like Dani had said earlier, she believes that it just continues.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's open to interpretation. That could possibly be it. I think that it's just that's the end, because once you're done with their experimenting, you are executed. They say that in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he struck a deal, I believe, to the people from the future wanted him to come and be with them, but he said he would have rather gone to the past to be with a woman. But he was supposed to be executed. So, we'll get into the end now. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, don't listen to this. We'll ruin the ending, and the ending should not be ruined for this film.
No, it's a good one.
It's a good one. So at the beginning of the film, there is a small boy who is the main character at that time, and he witnesses a horrible death at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back around to the end of the film, and that horrible death is him. And one of the men from the present laboratory with the weird glasses is the one that kills him in front of the woman that he has fallen in love with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very... I don't know, how did you feel about it? Like, when it was happening, you said it. You were like, oh, that's going to be him.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did it, like, was it still, like, a heavy moment, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, when you figured it out, you're like, oh.
Yeah, but it also was like, oh, well, everything makes sense then.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, it just clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything's just like, whoop, okay,
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's a very clean movie, you know, from
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Nothing is really in it that doesn't need to be in it, and that's good for a movie that's 28 minutes long.
I know this isn't the case. I think it'd be really neat if the story came after the pictures. Like, if you just took all of these pictures and then was like, I have to make a story.
Put a story to this?
Yeah. And then did that. I know that's not how it went down, I'm sure, but I think that'd be really neat.
There were some frames that I was like, that was just a picture that he had.
Mm-hmm.
That he, like, it'd work perfect for the movie.
Well, you mean like when he's naming the animals?
Yeah, like the cats. There was like a picture of cats, which is a really great picture. I really like that picture. But I was like, that's just a picture that you took. I don't think that was part of making this movie.
No.
But this movie had a profound effect on me, and I think it's because it's just a new. It wasn't like anything I had seen before. Entire film made up of still shots.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved time travel. To throw time travel in there, and then to have this time travel's hard to do. It's hard to make sense, and to have this story, it just completely makes sense.
It does.
Like from the beginning to the end. Like even in the beginning, I think it's set up well.
Mm-hmm.
I think you don't really think about it that much when you're like, oh, okay, because the whole reason that he is able to time travel is because he has this image of him as a child at the airport so vividly stuck in his memory.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's a prime subject to do this experiment with.
Exactly.
Yeah, I completely love this movie. And I'm glad it didn't change watching it so many years.
That's always good.
Yeah, I still love it. It's still great. I actually like this new time. I caught the thing about where I feel like the Eternal Sunshine. What he took from this film, and please go watch it if you haven't. Hopefully you turned this off before we told you the end.
It's not,
and now you're coming back.
It's not even a half an hour. So
yeah, it's 28 minutes. It's very easy to follow. It's not your typical film.
Well, the music in it is
really nice, the music is really good. The music totally adds to the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great. And I'm very, very happy that you liked it as well.
I do.
Because I'll throw this little tidbit story that I have about this film into the podcast. So, an ex-girlfriend that I dated.
I hope you dated your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, an ex-girlfriend that I did not date. So, no, I went back in time and didn't date her. So, I was going through her movies one night, and I came across a blank disc. And I was like, huh, what is this? And I didn't want to just, put it in. I was asked first, what is this blank disc mixed in with the movies? And she told me, oh, that's some weird, dumb movie that some guy brought over one time. And I was like, oh, and I was really interested. So I took the movie and I put it in. Lo and behold, it's Jetée. And I think at that point in time, I should have known that we weren't going to work out.
Right.
To think this movie is dumb and to just dismiss it is it's heartbreaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's such a great piece of art, and it's got a great story, and it's new. Even now, even in 2001, this movie was made in 1963, or released in 1963. So that is almost 80. Is that really almost 80? No, 60 years. Okay, yeah, it's about almost 60 years. It's 58 years ago, and it still is. Unlike things that you have seen, because I don't think anyone else. I can't think of another film where it's just still images.
No,
this is the only one.
All I can think of is parodies of this kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
this kind of stuff gets made fun of a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, and I could see how people would probably watch this and kind of dismiss it because it is unlike when you put on a movie. This isn't particularly what you're thinking of when you put a movie on. But what is a movie other than a story with images?
Right.
I mean, that's all it is. And that's exactly what this is. It's more akin to a silent film, probably, I would say. Even though there is narration. But the still images themselves, just like how in silent film, they would have to be much more outrageous and much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like their movements and everything, it was just they did it way more than you would if you had sound because they needed to portray that without sound. And I think this film does the same thing with images because there are not moving images. The images that are shown or chosen to be shown to you have to really highlight what the filmmaker is trying to say. Yeah. What?
Nothing. I just know if I let you talk about this, you're just gonna go on for like an hour.
I could talk for a while. I could talk for a while about this.
I'm glad that you like it.
I love it. Yeah. I don't like it. I love it. I love it so much. It's definitely one of the I'm sure you all know when you watch a movie and it's just like, oh, it's like this is a movie that was made for me, and I 100% feel like this is a movie that was made for me, even though I wasn't born yet. Yeah. This movie is 25 years older than me, so
I'm glad you can demonstrate to everybody that you can do math.
Yes, I've done that twice now.
Yeah.
I am good at math, everyone. Just to let you know, in case you need to know that. Do you have any questions about the movie? Like, is there anything that nothing? No, you're very quiet this episode. Mostly me talking about this.
Yeah, because you're the one who has the most to say about this.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, well, did you have any problems with it?
Like I said, the only one that I really had was the whispering. I don't like it.
That was it. Just you didn't like that. Okay. Cool. Well, I guess we'll rate it. I mean, we got a short movie, short episode, I guess.
I told you the discussion would be as long.
Yeah.
Because there's not a whole entire movie to discuss this time.
No. So, yeah. What do you rate out of 10?
7.
7? Nice. Great. Yeah, I have to go 10 out of 10. I mean, it's one of my favorite films ever, and it does not lose any type of impact over time, I don't believe. Your turn is next.
Yes.
Do you have anything planned?
I'm not telling you.
You're not. I know, but like, do you have? I'm asking just if you have something in mind.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Is it in line with your other picks?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
And
good.
It still might change anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true. It might change. All right. Well, I guess that's it for Jetée.
We just don't want to give too much. I mean,
we told you the end, and hopefully you stopped it.
We don't want to talk it to death if we want people to go watch it.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. This episode is just for, hey, go watch Jetée.
Yeah. For sure.
I hopefully throughout the episode I've said that better every time I've said it.
No.
Jetée.
I just let you say it. However you're gonna say it.
I used to call it legit, but that is not how it's pronounced. I looked on Google to see how it was pronounced before.
No, that's not at all how it would be pronounced.
So you would have looked at that and known how that's pronounced.
Yeah, because there's a thing over one of the E's.
Yeah.
You know that's an A.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
But it's okay.
Learning French with Dani and Will.
No. Worst idea ever.
I would not. What is the most French thing I can say? I know avec means with. And I used to say, like, can I have a sandwich? I used to be able to say, can I have a sandwich? I can't say that anymore.
I'm not surprised that that's the phrase that you know.
Can I have a sandwich?
In French.
Of course that's what I would know. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Please find Jetée and watch it, and let us know what you think. If you have already seen it, please let us know what you think. If you have any your favorite parts you didn't like, whatever, I want to hear what you guys think about the movie. One more time with our social media. Why would you show me this? Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you to everyone that came to the live stream last week when we watched Miami Connection.
It's a good movie.
Super funny. Miami
Super
Connection
good.
is great. It's bullshit that the Blu-ray is out of print.
I'm sorry. Because
I don't want to pay $70 for a Blu-ray, but I might have to. We are thinking, I do want to do a live stream at least once a month. Maybe a little more than that. Let us know if you enjoyed it. I was thinking I don't want to keep replacing an episode with a live stream.
Right.
We just did that just because it felt right.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 15. It's some sort of mark, you know.
Right.
But I would like to do an episode as well because the live stream basically is a watch along.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the live stream, I didn't feel like we had much to discuss because we were discussing as we were watching the movie with everyone.
True. Yeah.
So they'll probably just be watch alongs. Just movies that we probably have already seen, like a lot. But we'll let you know when we do the next one. It'll definitely be within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, watch out for that. And also, we haven't plugged on this one yet. Both Dani and I do another podcast with my cousin Joe called Reboot Hell. That one is audio only. We don't have a video version for that one. But that podcast is where Joe and I write scripts. We take a movie, we change the genre, and then we write a short script about it. And then Joe, Dani, and I, and a guest or two read the script, and then we talk about it. It's really fun. Please go check that out as well. Thank you guys for listening. And
thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.